It's time for some attitude.
Oh my God! You gotta be kidding me! You gotta be kidding me!
Featuring two guys who got attitudes to match.
I'm not our kid! Make yourself famous!
You're listening to the Bottom Line Podcast with Stevie and the Big Guy.
That's a lot of weight. There's 200-300 pounders up there.
And it starts now.
And welcome to episode number 2 of the best podcast on the internet, the Bottom Line Podcast. I'm Stevie. I got Big Guy with me. Let's
Yes, you do.
this. Alright, so we got a lot to talk about today, but not a lot like last time.
Okay, good. You just scared off 3 people already.
This is not going to be an hour and a half show. This is going to be about, I don't know how long it's going to be, but it's going to be a lot shorter.
Okay.
So, we got this. Last week we just had to have our debut movie. Now we have a regular TV show. That was like the pilot, the longer pilot.
Oh, where they kind of squeezed 2 episodes together?
Yeah, and now we got one.
All right. No squeezing.
Ooh!
Hey, no!
Anyway, let's start with some current news. Did you hear about Adam Rose?
I heard he's in some trouble.
He is in a lot of trouble. So basically, the last time we left off, he had the doctor's note, and things were looking up like, hey, he's probably going to be on Raw soon.
Definitely.
And then he got arrested for domestic violence and tampering with a witness, which I don't understand that one.
Well, that's okay. I've seen enough Raws. When they get arrested, they just come back the same night, and then they beat up the person in the main event because they buy a ticket to the show. So it's all going to be okay.
Oh, yeah, no, this is a real arrest. He went in front of a judge where his wife pleaded with the judge not to send them to jail because their special needs child need them. Both.
Oh.
So now he has been sentenced to meet with his pastor once a week.
Okay.
To talk, I guess. And that's pretty much where he's left off with that, but he's suspended indefinitely by the WWE. I thought I saw they got released, but upon researching it before the episode, not the case. He's still with the company, so there's that. He still has that contract, but for how long? And someone that doesn't have a contract anymore, Brooklyn Brawler.
What?
He got released this week.
Oh, my gosh.
After working with the company for over 30 years.
I was going to say, I was getting ready to just praise him. Spoiler alert.
You were?
Yeah. He was on one.
Yeah, he's in the Raw.
Yeah.
Well, he got released this week. Maybe we shouldn't watch this Raw.
Yeah.
Maybe it's our fault.
No, there's no R. This is you.
So he's gone, unfortunately. But he's Brooklyn Brawler. I'm sure he can find work somewhere. I mean, as a producer, or maybe he can just retire into the sunset. Maybe he got a nice severance package.
That'd be true. How old is he?
Oh, he's in his 60s at least.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know officially, but he's got to be up there.
You would think.
And then we have this Hawaii card that came out. Did you hear about these matches?
I heard about a couple of them. I think there's more maybe announced since I heard about it, but go ahead.
I don't really know all of them, but I'll go with the 2 big ones. And that is Owens and Lesnar.
Yes.
And
yes.
Yes, exactly. That's something I would love to see.
Yeah.
As long as they don't just have Brock Trainwreck Owens. Let him have some offense. And then the other one is Nakamura versus John Cena.
Interesting.
Wow. That is probably going to be one of the best matches ever. I mean, you got to think. You got John Cena, you got Nakamura, it's going to go through the roof. And I think that Cena's going to lose.
You really do?
I really do.
Yeah, the fact that it's a house show kind of helps with that.
Well,
but
with that stacked card, they're talking about making a network special.
Well, that's fine, but it'd still be a house show, you know.
True.
It's not. I'm sure the storylines aren't going to be building up to it, you know.
A little bit. I mean, it's like a roadblock.
Okay.
So it would be kind of like that, where they kind of like, here's what's going on. I'm sure they'll build the storylines around it to make it more interesting.
Okay.
But,
So you're saying Nakamura on Raw before this Hawaii thing?
I mean, maybe.
Really?
It's a satellite. I don't know.
That would be a quick call-up.
Well, I don't think he's staying on the main roster. I think it's just a one-time off, but it's like a special NXT versus WWE type thing.
Okay.
I don't think he's ready for... Well, he is ready for a main roster, but I don't think they're ready for him to be ready for a main roster yet. He's still got to learn their style, and that's going to be a while. And plus, I don't know. I just feel like the talent needs to be talked to about how he, how strong he is in those matches before they let him up there.
Exactly. I was going to say, it's not that he's not ready. It's they're not ready for him, I think, more than anything else.
Oh, definitely. I mean, do you want to take a kick from him? Because I don't.
I would pass.
You hard pass. All right, and then we got a new couple in the WWE. Paige and Del Rio.
My email?
What?
Lana answered my email?
No.
Oh, damn it.
It's Paige and Del Rio. Exactly. That's the face I made when I found out. You guys can't see him, but he just had the biggest shock on his face. Like, what? You got the Tannis wrestler with the most pale wrestler.
Yeah.
I know. It feels really weird that they're together right now. They went to Disney World.
Okay.
Did not went to Super Bowl, but they went to Disney World. So Christine's probably going to be very happy to hear that because they're like two of her hottest wrestlers, so.
Oh. Weird.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. All right, also, Triple H re-signed with the WWE this week.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I was worried he would not get another contract. But no, he got a 3-year deal. The up-and-comer.
Probably a tough negotiation with yourself.
Yeah. I will give you $50 million for 3 years. No. Make it 55. Done.
You can do better.
And then we got the end of Christian's active career. They finally released him from his performer contract this week. Quietly.
Okay. So he's a legend now?
He is officially going to be a legend now. He's pretty much already been in the role, but now it's official. Now we have Christian is officially, part of the host of his show on the network, which has its season finale this Monday.
Oh, really? Okay.
It does. I was scared it's going to be series finale because I actually enjoyed the show.
Oh, really? I still haven't watched it yet.
It's different. I mean, some of their skits are really funny. Some of them are really awful.
Okay.
But
That's
you know what?
Part for what they were like in the ring.
Right. They are definitely dedicated to it. I love the skits they come up with, and
right.
I think every episode's better than last. I just wish they bring back the mean tweets. That was hilarious.
Let me clarify. In the ring as their gimmick promos, not in the ring as in the ring.
No, I know what you meant.
Okay.
They probably didn't, but I did. They being our millions of listeners worldwide. Bailey is going to be stuck in NXT for a little bit longer after the debut of Dana Brooke on Raw.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they decided that they don't have a top baby face in NXT other than Bailey, so she is going to be there with, they have Oksana, but she's the women's champion, so they need another top baby face, I guess, for Divas, and she's going to fit that role.
Okay.
What are you laughing at?
Your mispronunciation of Asuka?
Yeah, I'm terrible with pronouncing stuff. Andy probably got a kick out of that when he listened to that.
Yeah.
And then finally, Vince came out and said that 4 wrestlers were returning by the end of this current month.
So by May 31st.
That's what he said.
Okay.
We will see John
Right.
Cena, which is
Okay,
already
we're Cena.
that's already official. Randy Orton,
Oh,
Seth Rollins,
really? Nice.
and Bray Wyatt.
Does he even really need an announcement? Like, he hasn't been gone that long. I don't think that he needed to be in the announcement.
Well,
but
I mean,
I'm happy.
I think he does, because when he disappears, so does the whole Wyatt family.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Luke's still going to be out for a while, too.
Yeah,
He broke
he's
his leg,
gone
so-
for a long time. When he comes back, there might not be a Wyatt family.
Oh, there will always be a Wyatt family. Yeah.
This guy has the black sheep mask and put it on so that I could see it on the Skype call, and it's terrifying. With his beard, he looks terrifying.
I think you peed a little.
I always pee a little. It's how I get through my days. Anyway, we're going to now go to Raw 165 and review it. So, to start off, we have a non-title match for, well, it was the Intercontinental Champion, Ahmed Johnson, versus Triple H. This young up-and-comer that just signed a new contract.
Actually, I think you were incorrect there, because this is the first question I had for you. He doesn't seem to be Triple H. They always kept calling him Hunter Hearst Helmsley. They made a point to say all three names every single time, so it was kind of weird.
He is not known as Triple H yet. I'm
Okay.
just calling him Triple H because that's who he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was one of my first questions. Like, does he not have that character yet, or is this a different character? I didn't know.
It's the same character. It gets tweaked.
Okay.
This is still when he's the rich, blue blood type wrestler. He's very snobby. He brings a new valet out, or valet every week.
Oh, okay.
He saw that girl that was like laughing when he was wrestling. That he has a different one every week during this gimmick.
Oh,
And he actually became Triple H because Shawn Michaels called him that. Like, backstage. You know, they're friends, so he was like, hey, Triple H. And Vince heard it one day and was like, I like that. You're Triple H now. Like, it was his idea.
okay.
They always make a joke, like, that's how Vince always gets his ideas. He just listens to people and he's like, yes, that's what you are now. So, Triple H, or Hunter Hearst Helmsley, however you want to say it, dominated a lot of this match, which was shocking because he's supposed to be in punishment mode.
Yeah.
This is clearly right after the curtain call. He just lost to King of Ring very early on, the first round. And he was supposed to win it originally. And now he dominates the Intercontinental Champion that just won it the night before for 7/8 of the match.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. And I love the idea of adding interviews during the matches. They had that Goldust interview that they just...
Yeah. I had to do it on that too. It was really cool.
I really liked it a lot. I wish they would still do that. I mean, it made it a little bit more interesting during some of the wrestled parts, which I know they don't really go into that anymore as much, but still, you could add a in-ring interview. They've done it a couple of times, but
Mm-hmm.
it was really good use of it here.
It was. Can I just say, I really do like this finisher, that Pearl River Plunge.
Oh, it's amazing.
That is really cool. I wish somebody would kind of do something like that now.
I mean, they kind of do. I mean, and since the Batista bomb was similar to it,
Yeah, I guess so.
and I mean, really, any Luke Harper's sit-down powerbomb is very similar. But yeah, I like how he underhooks the arms and flips them, and then it comes down with them like a force.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It makes it brutal looking. So, eventually, Ahmed Johnson hits his Pearl River Plunge and wins a non-title match. Why not just make it an Intercontinental title match? Would have made it a little bit more special, I think.
Yeah. Could have added a little more intensity. You would have been like, oh my gosh, is Triple H actually going to win this?
Right, because he dominates most of the match. I liked it though, and I didn't realize that he's the first ever African American Intercontinental Champion.
I know, yeah, that was really neat.
They said that, I was like, I guess so, yeah. It just never occurred to me before.
And before we move on, I do want to give a quick shout out. They panned the audience after this match.
Oh yeah.
And I saw a young child out there in the audience wearing the old Alonzo Mourning Charlotte Hornet jersey. So shout out to him.
I hope he listens to this and he's like, that was me!
I wore mine like almost every day back then, so.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Who was it? What was the jersey?
Alonzo Mourning for the Hornets.
Oh yeah, I totally know who that is. I don't know basketball much.
Mm.
It is basketball, right?
Yes,
That would
yes.
have been really embarrassing. Woo!
We'll educate you tonight.
Oh, are we sure about that? Because I'm going to be a little under the drinking spell tonight. Really parched. I feel like I've been in the desert for a while. Need to throw down, kill some flames. Okay, anyway. So they showed wait, what? Oh, they showed the manager applications for the body Donnas. Did you see that? Where they're showing like all these people that sent videos.
Yeah.
Did you see the one where King said it was Andre the Giant's grandson?
Yeah.
He looked exactly like Andre the Giant. I laughed so hard when I heard that comment because it's true. That could have been his grandson.
It is. And I made a note. Was that actually real? Do you remember you were watching? Did they call out, like, send in your tapes or anything before this?
I'm pretty sure they did. I didn't watch it during this
Okay.
time. I quit whenever Hogan quit.
Yeah, I know. You were been watching the Raws leading up to this, though, is what I was saying.
I don't think they said anything about, like, they mentioned it once, but I don't think they said anything like that. Maybe it's on Superstars, though, because back then, Superstars was their number 2 show, and it was, like, on Saturday.
Okay.
So they had a lot of storylines on Superstars as well.
Okay.
That's why,
That answers the question from later, then.
Okay, well, good. What was that question, just so?
Whenever they, this is the next episode, whenever they flash back and show you Sonny getting slopped.
Oh, yeah, that's Superstars.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Superstars was their non-live show, which they probably taped after all, honestly. But, yeah. Unfortunately, they don't have those on the network. I wish they did. But I don't think I would make you watch those.
Yeah.
Really long, but I would watch them.
That's what I'm saying. You could, and then you could add the
Yeah.
into the episode.
So, yeah. I just thought it was really funny. They looked like Andre Giant's grandson, and King called out.
Yeah.
And then we had the actual Donis come out first. Brooklyn Brawler, and I could not catch his last name, but I know his first name was Jerry.
Okay.
So it could have been Jerry Lynn. Didn't really look like him, but we're going to go with Jerry Lynn. Brooklyn Brawler and Jerry Lynn.
Okay.
Or you know what? Let's make a new wrestler. Jerry Valentine. That's who it was.
J-Val. All right.
J Val. Just like that, he's over. I
Yeah.
feel like he's over.
When you're part of Brooklyn Brawler, you're already over, S-Pop.
That's true. This was just your basic talent enhancement match, so it's just showcasing that the Bidons have a new manager, Cloudy,
Mm-hmm.
to counteract Sunny.
Right.
And,
She looks awesome.
really,
Yeah.
Jimmy Smolders looks awesome, too.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, not much there, but it happened.
It did.
Then we had another enhancement match. But I got a little trivia here for you.
Oh, okay, good.
So it's Owen, Bulldog, and Vader versus Savio Vega, Barry Horowitz, and Aldo Montoya.
Okay.
You know who that is? Aldo Montoya? Someone you know, maybe, possibly.
Maybe not.
You watched him later on.
He did not look familiar.
He wore a mask, so you would not be able to see what he looked like.
Okay, that makes sense then.
It's just incredible.
Really?
Yeah. 8-time hardcore champion. Or, ECW champion. You didn't watch that, so.
No, but I do remember the invasion. And he was there for a little bit.
He actually was in WWE quite a bit. He was always a jobber.
Oh,
This was
okay.
his second jobber. Before that, he was PJ Walker.
Oh,
And then he came in as Just Incredible and was pretty much a jobber. That won the hardcore title a whole bunch. Like all the jobbers did back then.
yeah, that kind of was the jobber title more than anything.
But you know what? It would be so great if they brought it back and put it on the network. Like, you're watching a show and all of a sudden, interruption, hardcore title match, currently on. Show.
Just a lot cut in, like in the middle of the Edge and Christian show or something.
That would be so great. Or at least Edge and Christian should do it on their show. That seems something right up their alley with their skits they do. This week, he had to face off against Gilbert Christian because he's had haunting nightmares for years when he lost to Gilbert. And they fight off in a hungry hippos match. And Gilbert wins. And he is scorned basically from it.
Wow.
It was funny. It was a very dramatic pause as the last ball is going slowly into the hippos' mouth. It's shut and it's like. Yep, I'm a sound effects guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting off subject, so this was easily just to show off the team of Owens, Bulldog, and Vader for that pay-per-view coming up. International Instant.
Good match, yeah.
And Owen wins with the sharpshooter.
Something else before the match, because it seems like to be a part of his character now, is this is the second time I've seen Owen carrying around his Slammy Award.
Oh my God!
What was that award for? Does that play into something cool that I'm missing, or?
Actually, he steals one of the awards.
Oh.
I would have to look that up, but I know he treated these Slammies like it was winning the world title.
Okay.
He owned it, man. I mean, it was perfect. I know he got one Slammy for giving Shawn Michaels a concussion.
Really?
Yeah. Like, hardest hit or something like that. And I think the other one he stole. But he carried around these Slammies like they're the best thing in the world. It was great. I mean, he literally, I am a 2-time Slammy Award winner. You don't hear that.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it'd be like a story behind it, because I was like, what? He came down for King of the Ring to give the commentary, and he had it, and he had it in front of him and stuff. I thought, okay, well, maybe that's just something he's doing for the commentary thing. But then he came down to the ring for this Raw, and he was still holding it.
Oh, so man, he treats it like it's...
Got to be a story.
That was Owen. He always had ribs like that. Anyway, so the main event here, showcasing to the future, SummerSlam 98, we're going to get 2 years earlier, Stone Cold versus The Undertaker. Not like that main event, though, in SummerSlam.
Not quite, but still a decent match.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a decent match, and, it's crazy. His first match as King of the Ring is against Undertaker in the main event.
Right.
In comparison, the 2015 King of the Ring winner fought Neville the next night in a rematch and lost. To totally start derailing his push from winning the King of the Ring. Like, they treated it so much better back then because it meant something when he won the King of the Ring. The King of Ring winner got released before the next King of Ring. That's
If
what it meant for this year.
If there even is one.
I hope there is, but I hope they treat it with more respect this time.
You still hope that there's another one?
I love the King of Ring idea. When I won my WrestleMania King of Ring for the first time at work, I literally gave an interview when I'm walking through booth shutting off everything. Because I was so excited I won. Come on, it's King of Ring. Anyway. So it's crazy that he got that match and he loses by DQ because Goldust comes in there and appears. So He still looks strong.
He does.
He held his own against the Undertaker. We don't know. He could have won. Probably not, but he could have.
It's still weird seeing Goldust in the main event picture, too. I'm not quite used to that yet.
Man, he was so good in 96, though.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just love that they were developing the feud while putting the spotlight on Austin.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go on to Raw 166. And what an opening match that is.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, there's some matches on Raw that are pretty bad. And then there's some really good ones. This is a great one for 96. Marty Jannetty versus HBK. Again, non-title match for some reason. Should have been a title match because that was a pretty dramatic match the whole time.
It definitely was, but it also is having your world champion open Raw. You know, nowadays I'm not sure maybe that happened back then, but
yeah, it was more common back then.
Okay.
I mean, they still have big talents open Raw. I mean, you still gotta have that hot first match.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Owens versus Cesaro last week opened Raw. And that should be at least an hour or two late. So anyway, back to this match. Great. Mm-hmm. I love how they played the fact that they knew each other so well.
Exactly, yeah. And that's what I was saying too, like, me not really knowing that much, like, I knew that they were a tag team, you know, it's like the famous breakup. You've always heard about that, no matter who you are in wrestling, basically.
Yeah.
We showed some of the history. They did the little video package, almost like it was a pay-per-view match. So it was kind of neat being able to see it for the first time, actually seeing it going through the barbershop window, and then how Jannetty kind of fell down the scale after that, and HBK star just rose. So you could almost feel the intensity of that match even before it started. That Jannetty had something to prove. He had something to prove, and he did.
Yeah, he definitely proved that he could still bring it, and all I could think of when you talk about the barbershop going through the window was Bobby Heenan going, I can't believe that he tried to escape. Like, whenever Shawn Michaels throws him through a window, he talks about how Marty Jannetty tried to run away.
He was on commentary then?
Yeah. It's a classic line. I can't remember the actual line, but every time I hear it, I just laugh my ass off. Wow. Love Bobby Heenan.
So, speaking of commentary also, I did have a question there.
Sure.
Is the King on the active roster at this point, or is he just commentary? Because he was at the pay-per-view against the Ultimate Warrior, so I thought like a, active roster, but then he's on commentary again now.
He's basically like part wrestler, part announcer at this point. Like, as you saw, they kind of developed a feud with Jake Roberts a little bit later.
Mm-hmm.
He wrestles people, but he doesn't do it often. Shawn Michaels' first title defense was against Jerry the King Lawler on the first Raw after WrestleMania 12.
Okay.
So, I mean, he still wrestles, but it's more often now. But it's not like he's going to be on Raw every week wrestling. He mostly just gets under people's skin. And it seems like this year it's more going after those legends, like trying to give them a match to look good.
Okay. And then my other question with that was, I really like Vince on commentary, but how much role does he actually have at this point? Is he really running the company and doing commentary?
Oh, yeah. He's definitely the boss.
Oh, okay. He's fully in charge right now.
He's been fully in charge since WrestleMania 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he bought the company in '83.
Okay.
So, or '82, something like that. So, he's literally the boss the whole time, but I guess he just liked hearing his own voice for a while. So
it works. I like it a lot.
Yeah, he's actually really good. A lot of people make fun of his "what a maneuver." Well, this was actually one of the original ideas for the name of the We Love Wrestling podcast.
Oh, wow.
The What a Maneuver podcast. Something I drew out, or Andrew drew out. I don't know which one. Can't believe you burped like that. That's gross.
I can't believe you called Ihausen Andrew. I've never heard that before.
I said Andy, didn't I?
No, you said Andrew.
It's early. It's really early. I hate it. I'm never calling him that again. That's gross. He's gross.
What wasn't gross was this match.
Yes, nice segue. Mankind versus what?
No, I'm still talking about Jannetty.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to move on.
No, the pace there was awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, they were tit for tat. Everything they did was reversed by each other.
So many reversals, and it was great psychology too. You could tell these two knew each other. You know?
Oh yeah.
Your move was like, "Oh, you're going to do this, or I'm going to counter it." It was very, very entertaining.
Yeah, and I mean, Shawn Michaels pulled out some moves that he's never done before, doesn't do often, like the pile driver.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many times I've seen Shawn Michaels do that. Probably count on one hand.
Wow. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. And then after the match, I was wondering, who is the old guy with HBK?
Oh, that is his mentor. That was basically his manager for 96 and part 97.
Okay.
It's the guy that actually trained him to wrestle.
Oh, really?
Jose Ladario? Something like that.
Okay. I was just confused. Because
Also, did you see...
his new partner came into the ring to try to attack Michaels, but he got a super...
Who is that guy? His name's Lee Cassidy right now, but you know him.
I know him?
You know him.
This is like a recurring theme now. I'm starting to sense this. I'm going to have to pay more attention.
You are.
Yeah,
Al Snow.
Are you serious?
That is Al Snow. 100%.
Whoa.
Yep. I thought you'd like that. I love throwing that stuff at you.
I'm not surprised that he lost now.
But he was in the match. Anyway.
Okay.
So, are you ready to move on to second match?
Yes.
Alright. Mankind versus Duke the Dumpster Droese. What?
What a gimmick.
Oh, I mean, absolutely. This is the cartoon job gimmick of the 90s.
Yeah.
Guess what? He's a trash guy. Want to guess that. And we have Jake the Snake Roberts on commentary as well. Standard match of Mankind is being Duke senseless.
Yeah, and being creepy as hell.
He is great.
Doing like some kind of pig squeal or something as he had the mandible claw hooked on. That thing was, like, he looked weird.
He's supposed to. He's supposed to be creepy, unknown.
Yeah.
I love it.
It was cool, but, yeah, different.
I mean, this was Mankind when he first came up, man. He's really, really different.
Bravo to WWF because they really fooled me on this one. I don't know if it's because it's my first look into this era. Maybe you have seen this before and you knew it was coming. But King being that vicious to Jake on commentary, I thought there was beef between them because he was over the top mean.
He was over the top mean.
Just calling him a drunk and just every single thing he could think of to say that he's just a no good alcoholic bum loser that shouldn't even be here.
Right.
Every single second.
It was brutal. I literally was cringing at some stuff he was saying.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know if it was just me. I really bought into it. And then they started attacking, so I go, okay, this is just a feud thing that they had worked out. But
yeah.
But, he was bringing it. I was like, oh my God, what the hell did he actually do? Was he really pissed off at him? Or?
Yeah, and Jake was trying to push off, what was your problem, man?
Yeah.
This isn't you,
And then trying to ignore him and call the match and stuff. And
yeah.
Just call him out oh, he's going to call the match now, but he can't even call for a drink order or something like that. God.
Right. It was brutal. It really was.
And then it kept going after he left, too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was King, though. He liked to get under people's skin, and that's what he did. He found people's flaw, and he just attacked it.
Wow.
So, Mankind won with Mandible Claw. Big surprise.
Yeah.
King and Jake Snake Roberts start fighting. Roberts is choking King, and then Mankind hits the Mandible Claw on Jake because they faced that international incident. Knocks him out, obviously, because no one can take having fingers in their mouth.
Who could?
It's brutal. I believe we just go right to the main event, don't we?
We do, but I just wanted to add one thing there.
Sure.
Is it actually he's sticking fingers down your throat and you can't breathe so you pass out? Or is his thumb like pushing up under your also, and that's what's doing it?
He's actually, apparently he's hitting a nerve in your mouth.
Oh.
That's what the apparent finish is.
Okay.
Is that he's actually hitting a nerve there that makes you pass out.
Okay.
It's legitimate. Just, I always thought it was him trying to make people bulimic.
Yeah.
So the main event is Mark Merrill versus Goldust with Stone Cold on commentary.
Yeah. Again,
that?
push after winning the King of the Ring. Go from main event to then commentary on a main event.
I mean, it's definitely getting the spotlight right now.
Knowing what's going to happen and looking back made this really neat because this could have been like the start of the Vince and Austin feud. There's a couple times where Vince is talking and he just turns to him and gives him that old Stone Cold charm.
You know, I didn't even think about that when that was happening. That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe they saw something when they, like, listened to this. Or someone backstage was like, you know, you guys work really good together.
It's possible, yeah.
Like, you know what, though? I see it more as Steve being the face and Vince being the heel. Whoever thought that idea, just, they should have got paid buttloads of money.
Oh, yeah. So, another question for you here.
You got a ton of them today.
I know, I told you. I warned you. So, this girl that's coming down with Goldust.
Marlena. Ooh.
Okay.
You know her.
I know her, too.
Terry Reynolds.
Okay. Yeah, I remember her a little bit.
Yeah, she's basically the same person.
Okay, yeah.
She just, you know, it's really weird because she plays like a really creepy Marlena. Like, did you see what she was doing with her cigar? Like,
yeah, that's what I was gonna mention. Like the cigar smoking thing is like really weird.
Well, it's, I guess, they were trying to do like a lesbian angle with Sable and Marlena here.
Okay.
But Sable didn't want to do it, so they ended up not doing it. But this was supposed to be a start, I believe, of a lesbian angle with Sable and Marlena.
Okay, because she's weird because she hangs out with Goldust, so that would be why she.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that Sable wasn't actually going to return the favor, but she didn't even want to be a part of it.
Okay. So yeah, that was another thing I didn't know. Is like, are they dating, or is she just a manager for him, or what was it?
Actually, she's married to Goldust. That not on TV, but in real life, they're married at this point.
Oh, okay.
That's why she's Terry Reynolds. His real name's Dustin Reynolds.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was actually Rhodes. I thought that was their last name.
No, that's the wrestling name.
Okay.
Yep, they're actually Reynolds. Dusty Reynolds, Cody Reynolds, Dustin Reynolds. Yep, the Reynolds. Coming this fall, Fox. Without Dusty, because he's dead.
I mean, they have holiday technology now. They could do it.
That's true. So yeah, pretty good match. I loved Austin on commentary, and I really liked that, you know, this was the main event. It was different. It wasn't two main eventers. It's two mid-carders, although Goldust is kind of in that main event right now.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And Merrill has that match against Austin, that international incident, but still. Very cool that these guys got the main event on Raw. Oh, I hit something on my phone. And yeah. That's all I got for this Raw. Do you have anything to add?
No, that's all my questions.
Alright, so we're going to have one more segment.
Oh, yeah?
Got a little bit of time, not much. But I told someone that the return of the best segment from the We Love Wrestling podcast would come on this podcast.
All right.
Today,
what do we got?
we got Wrestling History with Steve Bobrowski.
But you said it was going to be the best segment, so we're going to do a top 5 first.
No, Wrestling History with Steve Bobrowski. So play that music. Wrestling History, Steve Bobrowski. It's Wrestling History with Steve Bobrowski. Wrestling History with Steve Bobrowski. Wrestling History. Steve Wrestling History. Wrestling History. Woo! It's time for Wrestling History with Steve Bobrowski. Now. So far, well, this kind of ties in with what's going to happen on Raw next week. Because next week we're going to review Raw 167, 168, leading up to that pay-per-view. You heard that Ultimate Warrior was going to be the main event against Owen Hart next week on Raw. Did you hear that?
I did hear that.
That is not true.
No, it is true. I did hear that.
Well, you heard it, but that match will never take place. See?
Is this when Owen dies?
No. Wow.
Oh.
You're way early on that one.
Oh, okay.
That's 98. We got we got a long time before that.
Okay. You scared me. I was starting to like the guy.
No, you get plenty more on before he's gone.
Okay.
Unfortunately gone.
So something's going to happen to Warrior.
Yeah. So basically, he just started no-showing house shows during this time. And that's why they had the 1-900 hotline. Why is Warrior in the doghouse from WWE on Raw? Well, he was no-showing house shows. Apparently, his father died during this period.
Oh.
And so, they he missed a couple of house shows. Vince was kind of upset that he didn't really clear with him. He just didn't show up when he was advertised, which, that's a bad thing. If he would have said, hey Vince, my father's dead, I need some time, he probably could have handled it and been like, okay Warrior, take your time. Or Jim, whatever he called him back then. I think Warrior, because I think he actually changed his name to Warrior at this point.
Oh, really?
Legally, yeah. Or maybe he didn't. I don't know. But he passed away in June 30th. And so he's no-showed a whole bunch of house shows. And they announced this Raw main event for next week. Basically, Warrior then comes back to Vince and says, I'm not going to be back at that Raw. I'll be back 3 days later. I'll make that next booking. But I can't make that Raw. So Vince had to make a decision. This is where it gets sketchy in the history. I don't know if he actually quit or if he got fired. But the Ultimate Warrior is no longer with the company whenever the next Raw hits. And we have a replacement because he's part of that main event at the pay-per-view. So we'll have a replacement next week on Raw. And that's Wrestling History with Steve Bobrowski. Short, sweet, really, it's the theme song that people come in for.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so do you have anything else to add before we end this episode?
No, I'm glad it was shorter.
It was about half as short as the last one. 44 minutes right now. With the added song and intro and outro, probably about 45 minutes. So, let's do it. We're going to be on YouTube and hopefully iTunes by the end of the day. So,
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
I'm working on that. I spent the last 2 days working on that. Because the internet is very confusing sometimes.
I see.
So next week we'll have 167 and 168 for you.
All right.
And we probably won't do it this early in the morning.
Okay. Everybody like and comment and subscribe and...
Yes, do that. Share it with all your friends. Get us out there because we are the best podcast on the road today. Even though we're not on the road or in our bedrooms.
But it is today.
But it is today, and we're on the internet. And that's the bottom line. Piss. Never wants to turn off. Oh, I turn on Star Wars. Just awesome.
Thank you for listening, and make sure to tune in next time to the Bottom Line Podcast with Stevie and the Big Guy.